Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to the channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing great. Now when it comes to niche fragrances, one of the best known and most liked niche fragrances, universally liked, comes from the house of Parfums de Marly, and it's called Layton. It's their most famous scent, and of course being such a great fragrance and such liked fragrance, of course it gets cloned a lot. So in this video today I'm going to talk about yet another Layton clone. This one comes from the house of Paris Corner and their North Stock line of fragrances, and it's called Deux, or two in French, I think. That's what it means. So watch this video today to see if Deux from Paris Corner is actually a good Layton clone and whether it's actually worth checking out. I'll start by taking a quick look at the packaging, the bottle design and the whole presentation of Deux from Paris Corner. The fragrance actually comes very nicely packaged, very interesting package and presentation. Originally you get this black colored box with the golden accents. On the back there is this North Stock logo. On the front you get another logo which says Expressions. You got the sticker of authenticity on the back. On the side there's a production date which is September of 2023. The bottle size here is 100 milliliters, as you can see here on the side, and the concentration is actually extrait de parfum, so the highest possible concentration. In order to get to open up the box, you have to slide these two parts out like this, and you're greeted by a sort of an inside box where you need to take the top out like this, and the bottle sits inside. It's actually a very nicely and high quality presented fragrance. When you reach to the actual bottle, this is how the bottle looks. It comes in this black color that's under some light is a bit transparent. Again, the same design and the color combination, black with golden accents. The cap is plastic with heavy metallic coating. You get this crystal thing on top of the cap. It's a pretty snug fit. The bottle has nice heft to it, and all in all, actually I'm a really big fan of the presentation of this fragrance. It comes really nicely and luxuriously packaged. The note breakdown of Deux from Paris Corner has the following notes. The top notes are apple, lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange. The middle notes are geranium, violet and jasmine, and the base notes are vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, patchouli and gaiac oud. I'll show the spray in action and then I'll talk about this fragrance and how it smells. As you can see, the spray is actually very decent. And now onto the actual way that Deux smells. Now, as I said in the opening of this video, this fragrance is a clone of Parfums de Marly's Layton, and at this point there probably aren't that many people who are not familiar with the way Layton smells. It's that nice mix of apple, spices, some freshness with ouds and vanilla on the dry down. And Deux from Paris Corner is very similar to the original fragrance. The opening is a blast of the spices. I pick up a very strong cardamom note. In fact, it's stronger than the original fragrance, the cardamom note in the opening of Deux. I get the lavender, sort of a creamy lavender. Also, there's a bit of that orange that adds a bit of freshness, citrusy freshness to the opening, the bergamot, the orange. But for me, the most dominating note in the opening of this fragrance is the cardamom and also the jasmine note. I pick up a hint of that sweet green apple in the opening, but this thing opens really spicy and quite green and floral, at least to my nose. When this dries down, it calms a little bit. That greenness, that strong and almost sharp spiciness starts to go away. The fragrance mellows down to a nice mix of the ouds, of the green apple that's quite sweet, the vanilla. Also there's a bit of ambery sweetness in this one, and all in all, and also some sandalwood, which adds a bit of creaminess to this fragrance. All in all, the dry down is really nice, warm, oudy, sweet and fruity. The fragrance is blended very nicely, but there's one thing that I don't like about Deux from Paris Corner, and that's the very sharp opening. That combination of very strong cardamom and the jasmine comes across to my nose a little bit sharper than I would like, and a little bit too green for my taste. When it comes to how close Deux from Paris Corner is to the original Layton fragrance, I would say that on the dry down is almost identical, but the opening is a little bit different. In fact, quite a bit different. For me, Layton opens up a lot softer, a lot creamier and a lot sweeter compared to Deux. Deux opens up quite sharp and quite spicy, and that, as I said, that combination of jasmine and cardamom to my nose, it's a little bit overpowering, a little bit overwhelming, and in fact this thing used to be even stronger on the spicy side in the opening when I first got it, but about a month later it started to settle down a little bit, and now is a little bit softer in the opening but still a bit sharp compared to the original fragrance. On the dry down though, this is almost identical to Layton, and it's super close. When it comes to the performance of Dew from Paris Corner, it's a good performing fragrance. I get somewhere between 8 and 9 hours of performance on my skin with a pretty strong initial projection. The first hour this fragrance is pretty loud, then for another about 1 hour it still projects very nicely, and then after the second hour it starts to sit closer to the skin. So total performance on skin between 8 and 9 hours, and projection about 2 hours of good projection. When it comes to the price tag, a little bit more expensive than your average clones. I paid about 40 euros, which will translate into something like $45, but still, in my opinion, this is a pretty decent deal, considering that this fragrance comes very nicely packaged, very luxuriously packaged. The scent profile has very high quality, the performance is good, and you get an extreme perfume fragrance that will get you very close, especially on the dry down, to Layton. When it comes to versatility or when to wear Dew from Paris Corner, it's pretty much the same scenarios that you get with the original fragrance. This is, I think, this scent is oriented towards the colder months of the year. It's a very warm, kind of a festive fragrance scent profile that's great for late fall, winter time, and early spring, and so it's not like super versatile, but again, that's just down to the actual scent profile. And so on to my final thoughts about Paris Corner's Nord Stag Deux. Is it a good clone of Layton? Yes, it is a great clone of Layton. Is it my most favorite clone of Layton? No, it's not my most favorite clone of Layton. But is it still, does this still have great quality? Yes, it has great quality. All in all, it's a very good, very well done clone of Layton. To my opinion, it has a slight twist, and that's the the sharper, the more spicy and slightly green opening compared to Layton. Apart from that, it's very similar to Layton. On the dry down, it's almost identical. It has very good performance. The performance is on par with what I get from my original bottle of Layton. Comes very nicely packaged. You get a very high quality presentation. It's a extrait de parfum fragrance. It's nicely blended. There's no harshness, no alcohol blast or anything. It's actually very nicely done. It's just with the small exception of the twist that Paris Corner have done, adding more cardamom and more jasmine to the opening of this fragrance. It's just not up to my liking that much, but again, I cannot deny the fact that Dew has great quality and is a runner when it comes to the best, at least the highest quality clones of Layton. So again, it's not my most favorite interpretation of the Layton scent profile, but I cannot deny the quality on this fragrance. If you cannot get your hands on fragrances like Dusk from the Ouds collection, or if you cannot get your hands on a fragrance like Orientica's exclusive Oud Blue, which in my opinion are the two other very high quality clones of Layton, then Nord Stag's Dew from Paris Corner is actually deserves some attention. At the end of the day, again, it's not my most favorite clone of Layton, but it definitely has a very high quality. And because I absolutely love the original DNA, the scent profile of the original fragrance, and I'm a sucker for Layton clones, this fragrance will get a like from me because of the quality of the scent and because of the great presentation. And if you are like me, if you love the original Layton and you like to buy clones of Layton, then give Dew from Paris Corner a try. But definitely don't commit to a blind buy. Try to sample this fragrance first before committing to a blind buy, because as I said, that opening can be a little bit overwhelming for some people. All in all, the fragrance gets a like from me. So guys, in today's video I showed you yet another clone of Layton, this one from the House of Paris Corner, that's called Nord Stag Deux. It has very high quality, it has a slight twist on the original scent DNA, it comes very nicely packaged, and all in all, it's a very interesting offering from Paris Corner. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in the next one. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.